Thank you very much for inviting me to this academic excellence session. And it's indeed something that I feel very strongly about, being an academician myself and also a practitioner. But first of all, let me wish a very good afternoon to Mr. Jacob Tan, all the church leaders, representatives, members of the board of the Heart of God Church, also to our IRCC representatives from the different religious organizations who are here with us today, and to all of you who are here and your parents and teachers as well. A good afternoon to everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me here. Let me start off with the first story. Yesterday afternoon, whilst I was driving to the Lifelong Learning Institute, and I was passing through Eunos Road 5, and it was really heartwarming to see a young man, handsome young man, who was standing by the road just at the pedestrian crossing, and he was with a vest. And the vest had the Heart of God Church emblem. And he was helping the elderly to cross. And you know, it was not one of those traffic light crossings, but just the kind that you have to actually stop your vehicle when someone is there to cross. So he was actually helping and assisting the people who were crossing the road. And it was indeed heartwarming for me to see that he was a youth from the Heart of God Church with the vest. And I'm not sure whether he's here. If you're here, can you stand up to be acknowledged? And he smiled at me. And I looked at him from the car window, and I smiled at him, and he smiled broadly back at me. And he was doing good work. He was indeed balancing, studying and preparing for the exams, which are around the corners, and of course, doing work at church and in the community as well. That is showing compassion all the way out in the community as well. So let's give him another round of applause. Thank you very much. Now another story. This time it's my story. I grew up with a family that had very modest background, and money was hard to come by. We didn't have pocket money, and we walked to school. So that was the reason why we chose all the schools that was in the vicinity of our home, and of course we could walk to school. There was never any time when we had pocket money to buy food from the tuck shop, so my mother had to wake up early and pack lunch for all of us when we went to school. But that didn't hinder us from doing what we have to do. Our parents inculcated the value of education and the importance of education. And so that started off my educational journey from primary 1 into PSLE and then secondary school and so on and so forth. I had always wanted to become a teacher, and I thought that it would be a wonderful job being able to teach others and also befriend them at the same time. But over the years, I found that my interests changed, and I wanted to be someone in the medical profession. But I knew that going to medical school was going to cost a lot, and it was expensive. And I knew that my dad could not afford it. So therefore, I had to study really, really hard in order to qualify for all the scholarships and the monetary support that were given out, because you know that some of these are based on results and performance. So I tried really, really hard because I knew that I couldn't burden my parents and really have to get those scholarships. So I managed to get all the scholarships, and it ended up with me having a total of 13 years of bond to pay out for all those scholarships. But it didn't matter, because as I was paying off those scholarships, I was actually being able to do what I love, which is practicing medicine, treating patients, teaching my students and the younger generation doctors. And it was a kind of work as you learn and pay off your bond. So that was all right for me. But it was the community that supported me through my medical school, through my postgraduate years, through my education overseas to specialize and subspecialize. So that's the importance of really wanting what you really dream about, and it's your inspiration and also your ambition. Therefore, you have to have a plan to move forwards. And it's important to plan and have an objective and a goal in life. But that plan has to be balanced. It is not just all about academics. It is also about where you fit in your family, your church, your faith, and whatever you practice, and also relaxation time, and time for the community.